What's up, folks? Bear with me a second. I'm just sharing. I got my phone on the charger. Oh, I'm not sure how long I'll be live. I feel like I'm starting to get a headache. Yeah. Oh, what's going on, guys? What's up, Keith? Legs itching. So I figure we're going to chat for a little bit. Let me fix this camera again. I don't know why this thing doesn't sit right most of the time. So I figure we would talk a little bit about projects that are coming up. Um, you know, um, Comic Cons that are coming up. Why does that camera look so? That's weird. Hang on. The camera should be cleaner than that. Damn high dollar ass damn HD cameras. But yeah, I figured we talk about a little bit of upcoming stuff we've got going on. We've also got some cover drops that are coming soon. We have the new Ripper Gene cover reveal I'll be doing here real soon. We also have another cover drop for another title for a big retailer. I can't announce that one just yet, sadly. What's up, Mr. Albert? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Cameron? So we got several cover stuff. I talked to McLean this morning. They're almost done with the edits on issue number 4 of Psycho Salad, and I apologize for the delay on that. And I understand we're technically not delayed compared to what everyone else does with Kickstarter books. I mean, hell, I usually drop 3 issues, 2 to 3 issues of a Kickstarter before most people drop one. So, I mean, we're still ahead of the curve in the sense of, we're not behind. But still, we've been, we're about a week and a half behind what I would want to be. But like I said, we had an edit issue that we had to take care of on an art matter on one of the pages. We got that fixed, had it recolored, and then they're just doing the last round of edits. So if everything goes good, the book should go to print sometime this week. What's up, Dale? So again, like I said, we're still ahead of the game in the grand scheme of things, but we are behind a little bit in my own personal scheduling of when I want things to drop. But sometimes delays happen. It just is what it is. And we'd rather the book be perfect than there being some kind of screw up with anything. Oh shit, which group? Dude, there's some of these groups, man, these admins. Whoa, the hell, that's a little gun. What the hell did that come from? One of these old GI Joe toys, I guess, or something. What group and why? Dude, I mean, Dale, if you're home, you can come on if you want, dude, and talk about it. Like, I mean, that is something like, look, I understand that these groups, you're not being paid to run them. You're not being paid to be an admin. I totally understand that. But you need, if you're going to run a group or you're going to be an admin, you need to handle what needs to be handled. I mean, I just saw one of the other groups where I posted something over a week ago, or at least a week ago. And I just saw it got approved today. Like, it's been sitting in approved limbo for over a week. And that's ridiculous. And especially considering it was something that was time sensitive pre-sale. Um, Oh, the one I saw that. I almost commented on that. That's something else. I don't give a shit who you worship or who you don't worship. Your Bible thumping bullshit doesn't belong in any of the comic groups. And I'm gonna tell you something, Dale. I've learned a long time ago. These assholes you see screaming pornography this, pornography that when it's just a cover. I mean, TNA sales. It just is what it is. Do I wish it didn't sell the way it does? Of course, because when you're trying to do real art and it's not just about TNA, there's nothing that sucks more than when you create a comic, you put your heart and soul into creating a solid story, solid characters, and everything, and putting all this effort into it, and then see it do okay. But then you watch some asshole who will stand there and tell you his book is shit. If it wasn't for the TNA in it, he wouldn't be selling the book. And then that book do $20,000, $30,000 on the Kickstarter just because it's TNA. It is what it is. But that cover that Dale's talking about, it was some New York exclusive by who was that by? Derek Chew. Who was that by? Derek. Shit, I can't remember who did the cover, but anyway, there's nothing nude on it. And that group had like 4 or 5 people that jumped on the bandwagon screaming religious this and nudity and pornography, etc. That. And, I don't give a shit what you do. I don't give a shit who you worship or whatever you do, but that's between you and your God. And, I get if it's if it was an image that was legit pornography or overly sexualized positioning and stuff between characters, totally could understand that. But even on that one, you're stretching with the whole Crimea River shit about pornography. And if you don't like it, you don't have to like it. But I've learned a long time ago, I've learned that the ones who scream that I'm offended shit, or this is pornography shit when it's actually not, but they're screaming that. I learned a long time ago, those are the assholes. You ought to collect their computers and see what they're doing. Because I've definitely learned in my life, and especially in this industry, the ones who creep up and scream this, white knight, I'm so offended by this, that, or the other, that those are the people that are usually doing the most disgusting ass shit behind closed doors, because some of them get outed. And that's what comes to find out is taking place. So, I mean, I'm fine with somebody commenting hard pass. Like, I saw that one comment that dude said where he just said hard pass. I don't have an issue with that. I'm fine with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't care for the cover just because it's too simple. And comics, for some reason, a lot of these people that are using ZBrush and all this other shit have gotten into these real simplistic ass poses. There's nothing dynamic about them at all. And I'm not the best artist in the world or the best cover artist by any means. There's lots of people better than me. But a lot of these people who are using ZBrush and SketchUp Pro or whatever it's called, these pre-done models that they just load into Photoshop in color and slap some, pre-done backgrounds in it and shit with these blurred lighting effects in behind the character to skip out on doing actual work. Sorry, get pissed at me if you want to. But I don't care for it for that, but it's definitely not what they were trying to make it out to be. They're just, like I said, those are the assholes whose computers they ought to collect and check, in my opinion, because I guarantee you there's no telling what their twisted ass shit is actually looking at. Yeah, there's some people just trolling to be trolling. I can't do it. If I can't get into these. That's why I don't comment on them for the most part. I can't get into these arguments with people because I will troll your ass into therapy. I'll have you ready to slit your wrists and lay in a hot bathtub somewhere. I mean, I'll troll you to you absolutely just your head explodes. I spent too much time in the gaming world and on PvP servers where that type of shit, you either learn how to troll or you got, you stayed mad. Um, but but like that one guy saying, hard pass, I don't have an issue with what that guy had. The only thing I saw that was kind of stupid and aggravating was the guys who kept chiming in with, pornography and all this other shit. And I like, damn, I need to go post my book in there if they thought that. Which now my book's not pornography, but I mean, there's a scene like they made some comment about an upside down cross on that piece, and to be honest with you, I don't remember seeing an upside down cross, but maybe there's one there. I don't know, but even if it's not, it's irrelevant. It's a comic book. Hell, there's in like the first issue of Psycho Sal, there's a woman that's, almost nude, crucified on a cross. Because we're trying to get across the point that the bad guy in this book is a bad guy. He's not sunshine and flowers. So yeah, like I said, I don't pay, like when I see somebody Bible thumping, they automatically go to my block list just because there's nothing good that'll ever come out of their mouth. I mean, a lot of religious people need to remember that key word that's in the Bible about thou shalt not judge. And people, really need to chill out on the shit. I'm fine if you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't want to look at it, leave the group, etc. But sitting back and telling other people what they should or shouldn't do, as far as like what they want to collect or what they want to buy, that's none of your business. It's not your money. Like I said, and I'm one of those people. I've done topless covers and things like that. But for me, the subject material had to kind of make sense for that to be in that place. Like I won't draw overly explicit hustler looking covers, or nothing like that. If it looks like it should be on the cover of Hustler, I'm not drawing it. I've turned down lots of commission, pieces because they wanted, oh, hey, will you draw Mary Jane between Black Cat's legs and doing this and that? And I'm like, no, I won't. And it's not because I have an issue necessarily with that type of material in the world. I just, I like to show off my art. I like to be able to show it to my daughters and stuff like that. So I don't take part in it. But I'm not going to stand there and bitch at somebody else that does. Like I said, it's aggravating as a creator to see you spend all this money and all these hours creating a project with a legit story, legit characters, and a legit universe, and see it be so received by the community. And then you watch some jackass that can't draw very well, that's doing a book that doesn't have a very good story. And the only thing going for it is it's tons of pornography and TNA in the book. And then it'll do $20,000, $30,000 on a Kickstarter. I mean, it's aggravating. It definitely is. I mean, it's aggravating when you put in all this work and you spend these hours upon hours drawing these things and you can't get any traction. And then some damn bimbo can bounce her boobs up and down for 10 seconds on Instagram and get, 200K likes. It just is what it is, so, but I'm not going to go to their page and tell them, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. And, oh, you shouldn't be buying this. Like, it's not my place to tell anybody what to do with their shit. That's their money. They can choose to support and buy and do whatever and however they see fit. But like that cover though, that cover was far from being any type of pornography or anything like that. That was just some reason, some Bible thumping folks wanted to, gang bang a post for, and harass somebody. Because I guarantee you, whoever the people screaming the most like that is definitely the ones you want to watch out for. That's the ones you don't want to leave alone with your kids. That's for damn sure, or your wives. But yeah, it's definitely, ridiculous for sure. Um, I mean, I'm not a fan of, I'm not a fan of ZBrush and SketchUp Pro. I mean, we sat and we draw these things from scratch, and we have to put in buildings and shit. It's all done from scratch. We're not bringing up ZBrush and loading pre-done cityscapes and all this shit, or pre-done models for characters, and we just put them in whatever position we want them to, and load it into Photoshop to color it. But I'm not gonna go comment on someone's post and tell them how they're not doing art, our way or whatever. Because I mean, we can use the product too. You just got to learn how to use it, and you can do it. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You can tell, ZBrush and SketchUp Pro. You can tell the ones that are using it, and like I said, it's whatever. The only thing I hate about it, what hurts, in my opinion, is when I see these artists who do, these things in ZBrush and SketchUp Pro, whatever the hell it's called, SketchArt Pro, whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember the exact name. But what I hate about those things, I think it makes artists lazy. And then, like, when you go to get an actual pencil commission from some of these artists at shows, because I've seen some of the commissions, and it's like, ooh, that's bad. Like it's nothing compared to what they're producing through ZBrush and stuff, obviously. And then you're sitting there going, "Oh, I just paid money for that shit." That's what sucks. I mean, it's the same way with, like, what's his name? Whatever his damn name was, the guy that did the Department of Truth Nirvana cover with the baby. He took that image, he didn't redraw it because he can't, and he loaded the image into Photoshop. He slaps a color filter on it and threw in some hands, and then people go to the Comic Cons and to get a sketch by him, and the sketch is trash. I mean, I think that's unfair to fans. At least I'm not the best artist in the world. I make tons of mistakes with drawing. I've been doing this 5 years, and I don't have 20 years in the business of, so I make mistakes on drawings. Some drawings are badass. Some drawings are, I've got good days and bad days. It happens. But on average, all my stuff looks pretty much the same, especially if I'm given time and I'm not rushed. You guys have seen some of the pieces I do where they come out just ridiculous, and those are pieces where I'm not rushed. I work on it here and there until it's done. And but when people come to Comic Cons and they get a sketch from me, they pretty much all are the same quality to a degree. Now, yeah, sketches at cons are always going to be a little bit, less quality than something that I've got plenty of time to do at home. And that's normal across the board. But when it's different from day and night, like you see this piece that it looks so badass, and then you see them draw something in person and it looks like something a toddler drew. That's messed up, dude. What's up, Danny? So I think that's unfair. Same concept with these artists who want to do portraits and shit, and they want to use light boxes. Like, I get the reason you want to use light box. Because even if an artist, myself or anyone else, if you use a light box to draw, let's say, Heath Ledger's Joker, and even if you use a light box, yeah, you spend an hour getting, or 30 minutes to an hour doing the line work. Even though that got you that shortcut, you still got to sit down and create all the highlights, all the shadows, all the midtones, all of that shit. And that's still hours and hours of work. I mean, there's a reason Drew Struzan uses a projector to do these portraits on these, Indiana Jones movie posters and Star Wars, et cetera, et cetera. Time is money, and they're doing it to save money. But if you do that every single time you draw something, that becomes your handicap. And then when you get to a Comic Con and someone wants you to draw something, now all of a sudden you can't do it because you didn't. Because when you're drawing that light box, Han Solo face or Indiana Jones face or Margaret Robbie face. When you're sitting here light boxing the line work, you're not memorizing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. What's up, Andre? Hope you're doing good, man. So it doesn't become part of your visual vocabulary because you didn't spend the hours drawing that image. You spent that 30 minutes light boxing all the line features of their face to get proportions and everything fastly done. So, but when you do that every single drawing, you have no vocabulary for visual appearance anymore. What's up, Nicholas? So that's the danger. So that's where the danger of light boxing every damn portrait that you do. That's the danger of ZBrush and SketchUp Pro every damn piece of art you do. You know, that becomes that handicap that now, and that's why some of these guys who draw that way, they don't do Comic-Con sketches. Like, I mean, I'm not going to drop names or anything like that, but there's a reason some people don't do Comic-Con sketches, you know, at all, is because of that, because they're dependent on the Lightbox, because they're dependent on ZBrush and SketchUp Pro or whatever the hell it's called, SketchArt Pro, whatever it's called. So, you know, I think that's the disservice to the fans is you spend all this time doing that. Now, when somebody comes to a Comic-Con and they want a sketch from you, either you say, I don't do sketches at shows, which is what most of them will do, or they'll, you know, do some pre-dones at home that they can print out from their digital side and draw it, you know, onto a blank. And they bring that to a show and that's all they got. Or they just, you know, tell you, oh, well, I'll have to take it home and do it. Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, you know, I think that's, you know, I would love to learn digital. Mostly I just want it for the colors because I spend a lot of money paying people to color my artwork for prints and cover jobs, etc. You know, yeah. Now, as far as like, if I sat my ass down and learned how to digital draw, it would save me a ton of time. The amount of corrections you can do on that without having to start over is insane. You know, if I sit down and I draw something, I spend 8 hours drawing something, then I realize I drew Wolverine's head too small for his body. I have to erase it. Hope I don't damage the paper, and then I'll have to resize it. On SketchArt, you can just cut it out and shrink it in and out to make it as small or big as you want. If an arm is bent like this, but you think it would look better, like, you know, at a different direction, angle, cut that shit and move it. I totally understand why people like it. Hey, what's up, Ken? Yeah, I hope you do too, brother. I hope you guys have a good time. Oh, it's just bullshit drama. You guys wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just behind the scenes bullshit drama from drama starting ass punks. But it would be relevant for me to talk about it because a lot of you guys would continue to follow them because you do now. But, and that's not me throwing shade on you guys. You be fans of whoever you want, whatever shit's going on behind closed doors, you know, for the most part, doesn't have anything to do with y'all unless we find out somebody stealing from somebody and shit like that. Somebody being a douchebag behind closed doors, running their mouth till they get popped. It is what it is. You know, so, but I don't know, like I bought you know, I spent $1,000 buying an iPad Pro, one of those, what is it, 12.9-inch iPad Pros. It's got Procreate on it. I've used it once in 2 years of owning it. Matter of fact, there it is right there. It's sitting right there. Like, you know, but I really do want to learn digital color. God, it would save me a ton of money. But I don't even know where to start with it. Like, I've looked at some of the YouTube videos and like what I need. See, I'm a bit weird on how I learn things. I learn better by being shown than told or watching on TV. I don't know why. I guess because I get easily distracted. Seeing, wait, what I meant? What's winning? What the hell are we talking about? No, I don't know. I'm assuming I'm not going to be at New York. I put in my paperwork a while back, and I have not heard shit from them. I think McLean and them and Ken are going to be there, but I haven't heard any damn thing. So I'm assume probably not unless it pops up last minute. Hell, I don't even know when it is. But so what I need to do is I need to take a class or find someone that is very good at digital colors to sit down and show it to me. I can learn it in the first, hour or two if I had someone to sit down and show it to me. I don't know. I'm very weird. Yeah, I'm assuming then I probably, well, I mean, I guess it's still time we could hear something. I don't know. I think McLean was going to check on it for me at one point, but he's been so busy, and I hate bugging people for shit. So if I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. That's kind of the way I look at most of these cons. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, and I think that for me, that's because I know when I look at my art, whether it's covers or print designs, like I know where I want that color to go. I know the effects and stuff that could go on. And when you're the artist and you can control and do the colors and do the graphics and effects and images and everything yourself, the images are going to always be better once you know how to do it. Yeah, I like my main is probably just figuring out like the process. I need to sit down and just because I really, really would love to color my own shit. Like I said, God, it would save so much damn money. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty quick. Like even back when I was in the insurance world, you know, when I went to do my insurance exam, it's a 3,000 question pool, and they pull, I believe it's 180 questions, but they're randomly pulled from 3,000 possible questions. So, like when I was first, like I printed out all the study material, and it was literally like that thick. I studied that exam for 3 weeks straight, anywhere between 2 to 4 hours a day, legit study. And every time I took that damn test, I was averaging 50s and 60s. And luckily, one of the guys that was in in the hiring process with me, he used to be a teacher, and he was like, hey, I tell you what, come over to the house. He lived near me. He was like, come over to the house and let me go over this with you. So, oh, thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. So I went to his house, and he sat there, and we went through that entire booklet for about an hour, and he explained all the insurance stuff to me. And I immediately took the test after he was done talking, and I scored a 90. I think it was a 96 on the test, and 100's the max on it, and I scored a 96. Then when I went and took, that was a practice test. When I went and took the real test, I scored a 94. Just from an hour of him telling me all of it. So I think I could definitely learn it if I sit down with someone that would, yeah, Procreate's what I've got on Procreate's a beautiful system for sure. Like I watch Marzullo. He's a guy on YouTube, Robert Marzullo. He's an incredibly talented artist in his own right. He does lots of tutorials on it, but I don't know what it is when I watch those damn YouTube videos. It's like I can't retain what they're saying, you know. But Procreate, that's a gorgeous platform for sure. But I don't know what it is, man. Just watching that video, it's I don't know what it is. It's like I can't get it to click. But it's just one of those things. Yeah, and that's probably a lot of it is because now, to be fair, a lot of these videos on YouTube, they're very overviewish. You know what I mean? Like, okay, do this, now do this, but they didn't tell you. Like a lot of them will tell you do this step and that step, but they don't really show you how you got from that step to that step. You know what I mean? Like when I mean, when I have stuff like verbally told to me in person, like I catch on stupid quick. I mean, um, I don't have issues with that. Like, I mean, even back in high school, people would tell me this is what this is the mean, and then I would have no issues with it. I almost never opened books in high school. People would just, I would sit down with friends and they would just go over the material, or the teacher going over the material in class that day. I'm good. You can throw me a pop-up quiz. I'm good. I mean, even when I did my ACTs in senior year of high school, I tried to read the material and it always bogged with me. But then when I sat with someone and they went over the different, categories and stuff, and went over the ACT testing, practice tests and stuff, I mean, I scored, very well on ACTs. I don't know what it is, but like when I watch those YouTube videos, it's like there's something missing. Like they go from this to this, and then I didn't catch what was in the middle. You know what I mean? It's really weird. Yeah, for sure, Ken, man. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get to Cowtown. I'm coming in a day early to Cowtown. I'm going to go in a day early. I'm going to help them set up. They need some volunteers and some helpers to come in and help set up the con. So I'm going to go in a day early and just give Chris and Kim and all them, McLean, a hand. What's up, Sean, the pimp, the legend? No, we're just talking about digital coloring and things like that. And I'm trying to talk myself into jumping back on, trying to learn digital colors, get my damn money out of the, iPad Pro I fucking bought 2 years ago that I've touched once, once or twice. So, make sure I hadn't missed anybody's questions or anything. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I do need to learn it because, like I said, when you can color something you've created and it comes out completely different than me trying to explain to a colorist, no matter how capable the colorist is, they're still trying to interpret, what I'm trying to get across. And Lord knows some of the shit we see in our head, for some reason, you can't explain it very well. I saw that a lot when I used to be in the airbrush world doing automotive. A lot of people, like, they couldn't explain what they were really trying to get across. Yeah, that's for sure, man. That's for sure. I mean, I think that's one of the things I love, because I'm one of those people, once I learn something, I get very bored with it and I have to move on to something else. And I think that's what I loved about the insurance world, because every client is different. Every scenario is different. Every situation is different. So it was always challenging to figure out what fit for different families, with every family being different. And I think that's why I love that career so much. And then I think that's why I love the art stuff so much, because no matter how good you are, every single day you're learning something new. There's some kind of new shortcut, new technique that you're trying to learn and apply. And then every commission is different. Every scenario is different. I think that's why I love it. Regardless of the petty bullshit and drama by the, little dick brigade behind the scenes that want to act like douchebags. Other than that drama crap, I think that's why I love the art stuff so much, which, I mean, I love the fan stuff too. That interaction, seeing people get excited to see you and things like that is always incredible. It's definitely a rush, whether people want to admit to it or not, which is one of those things, like I've always said, I can't fathom how people shit on fans. I can't fathom how artists ghost fans and ghost people that's paid money for their work, and seeing the excitement from a retailer, even from a retailer, when you're doing something for them, and seeing them get excited about your idea, or see them get excited about the product as you're getting close to done. I mean, that's such a cool ass feeling. I don't know how people can just shit on others. So, but I think that's why I still love this, is because of it being challenging. That brigade. um, it's, I mean, I don't know what else to call on Sean. I mean, that's always been my experience, is, that's always been like people acting like petty assholes is, it's their own shortcomings of why they're acting that way, or why, I don't get it. Especially this day and age. I just can't wrap my head around it. There's enough room for everyone at the table, no matter how you're in this world. Comic artist, writer, inker, penciler, letterer, or retailer, or comic shop. It does not matter how good you are. You can't do all the business. So that's why I don't get it. And it irks me so damn bad. And people are like, oh, you shouldn't let it bother you. But that's why it bothers me. It bothers me so bad in a lot of cases, because it's one of those things that someone is doing that there is absolutely no point for, and I'm so frustrated when I see people doing shit that isn't needed to be done, but yeah, but that's what I need to do. I just need to find someone who is very good, at Procreate and digital colors, to just set my ass down and say, okay, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. You do that and give me an hour or two, I'm golden, because I definitely learned from doing better, and I learned better from someone showing me, well, that's what I was telling them earlier. Like, I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and there's some good ones out there, but I don't know what I'm missing, because there's moments where people are showing these processes, but then all of a sudden they go from this to this, but they didn't show you how they got from there to there. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's probably some videos out there that I haven't found yet. Like I said, I've only looked a few times, like when I first bought it. To be fair, I haven't looked in probably a year or more, so I need to look again. But I know back when I was looking, even watching like Robert Marzullo's, who is very good. His work, is very good in general, and then his digital stuff looks really good too. Even watching his, where he's doing his best to show these step by steps, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like my brain is missing something when he goes from this point to this point. And I don't know whether it's just, maybe there's things he's not mentioning because he thinks that if you're, that they're kind of basic stuff. And see, I don't know hardly anything about any of those apps, Procreate or any, I wasn't someone who was using, Photoshop, etc. Like, to be fair with you guys, I mean, as stupid as this probably sounds, I have to pay people to make a logo design for me. I have no clue how to use Photoshop. Zero experience with it, other than I scan original pencils, load it into Photoshop, resize it to 11 by 17, and adjust the colors to blue line and print it back out so I can ink it. That is the extent of my Photoshop experience, man. I mean, like, if I wanted a new design for my business card, even something as simple as a color background and letters, put on it, I got to pay somebody to do it. Like, case in point, like the Metal Legend prints I do, that little Metal Legend stamp that goes on the bottom, I have to pay someone else to do that and add it to my original art piece that I sent them, because I have no clue, none. And I don't know. I feel selfish, and this is my fault. This is not any fans' fault, any retailers. Retailers give me plenty of time, which I beat all my deadlines. I'm not concerned about that. But what I'm saying is nobody rushes me. You know what I mean? And I don't mean in the sense like you're not allowed to. I just mean like all my stuff gets done relatively quickly compared to a lot of people. So nobody rushes me. Nobody forces me to work stupid hours and 6 days a week. Nobody forces me to do any of that. That's all my own damn fault. And so I mean, I can take time to learn Photoshop. I can take time because I don't do anything else. So I could take time to learn Procreate, etc. It's my own damn fault that I don't. And that's my own mentality because I feel like I should be working on stuff people have paid me to work on. I mean, my art desk has got shit all over it that I'm working on right now. I mean, I've been up since 5:30 this morning, and I started work around 6, ran a couple of errands around lunchtime, came back, and I was working up until a little before 6 o'clock. Other than my little live video where I was chatting with you guys when I was driving back because I had to run back to the damn grocery store after I'd done been there once today. I forgot to get milk. And so, it's my own fault. I just need to get over that mentality because, like I said, whether it's my Kickstarter that is probably one of the fastest producing Kickstarters on the market right now in general. I mean, I'm sure somebody's probably a little faster, but I mean, other than this delay we just had, like we've been delayed on issue number 4 for about a week and a half. But that's because we found an issue with one of the pages that had to be corrected artistically. Then it had to be corrected color. And then we had to recheck the edits just to make sure nothing else got overlooked by accident. Because right now, Psycho Sal is, dropping about a month and a half, 2 months between each book, which is really, really fast in the Kickstarter universe. And then the amount of covers. I mean, like I thought it was a little bit longer. And again, it's my fault, but I'm proud of that. I mean, 70 plus published covers since 2019. I mean, that's a shitload. So like I said, it's nobody's fault. It's all mine. What's up, Mr. Chris Hayes? So I need to force myself to learn digital colors. I just need to sit down and do it. Like I said, it's my own fault that I don't. Nobody is making me do anything. I don't know. It's just this weird thing that I feel like I have to just get stuff done. I need to spend more time with my daughters again. I need to spend more time with my grandkids. I've got to start, and that's one of the reasons like why I got this tattoo right here that's on my drawing hand is to force me to look at that clock that has my daughter's, for those that don't know, I went and got this done not too long ago. So it's a, 1920s, 1930s style pocket watch, but the dates on here, the numerical numbers don't actually represent numerical numbers. They represent the months. So, like the 11 right here, that's my granddaughter's Sadie's birth month. And then number 12 for December, that's 3 of my daughter's birthdays. And then the 3 over here for March, that's my grandson Victor and my youngest daughter Ashley's birthday. So I'm trying to, because I know as far as my reputation goes, whether it be with retailers or whether it be with fans, they know that I have extremely fast turnaround times in general on my cover jobs that I do for people and my commissions I do. So they know that like because of that reputation I built with that, they know that they're good for it. You know what I'm saying? Like they know that if I order a commission from William, it's going to be done in a timely manner and my ass isn't waiting 3 years. And retailers and indie creators that come to me for covers, they know that my stuff will be done long before their deadlines. And when I say my stuff, I mean me and the colors. I don't just mean my line work. So they know that if they order something from me, they don't have to sit and be paranoid and worry or nothing like that. So it's my own fault that I'm not taking time with these other aspects I need to take more time with. And that's just a mentality thing that I've got to get over. Yeah, I mean, I've got like Photoshop from, like I said, the only thing I use it for is to print, so I'm not paying a subscription for that. So I've got one of the older ones, but like I said, all I use Photoshop is literally just to scan and reprint in non-photo blue ink. That's it. So I can ink it. So, so it's, I got to start being more structured. Like I got to start being like, okay, I'm going to work from these hours to these hours, which is still usually going to be what, 10 hours. That's usually what most of us average. And then I need to start forcing myself for a couple hours a day to start watching more YouTube videos and learning to digital color, because in the long run, that, I mean, hell, really, truly, even in the short to mid run, that's going to save me a shitload of money, because every time I have something colored, it's anywhere between, around $80 a piece, which that's a fair price. I'm just saying, considering the amount of covers I drop, considering the amount of print designs that I rotate through, it adds up quick. you know yeah, that is definitely true, Sean. That is definitely true. um because I don't have an issue sitting down and working for 12 hours. Like, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I'm tired a lot of times and things like that, and so on, but I'm like, I don't know, I've always had this type of mentality where I can grind, like, a week or two, 10, 12 hours a day, if not more, some cases. Because a lot of times, without, I do anywhere between 2 to 3 Comic Cons a month. I mean, I'm doing 4 Comic Cons this month alone, September. And then I'm working every day in between that. So, I'll sprinkle in a day off here or a day off there, and I'm cool with that. But I really do need to start, like I said, because no one is rushing me, and because I've solidified my rep, because whether you like my opinions or my thoughts that I might share sometimes, they can't nobody argue my damn grind, and they can't nobody argue that of my rep that I've built with the work that I do. So I just got to start forcing myself, stop working and, try to learn digital color or something like that, because I really do want to learn it. Oh, trust me, I don't get it either, dude. I don't, because I don't give a shit how popular you are or how busy you are. I don't give a shit who you are. Somebody waiting 4 years for a commission is bullshit. Straight up bullshit. And don't get me wrong, like, I understand that if I didn't cap my commission list, knock on wood, and I'm grateful to you guys for this. If I didn't cap my commission list, I would still be taking commissions, because I get tons of messages from you guys every other day, someone asking for a commission. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry, they're shut down at the moment. Now, if you want a headshot, I got you, because headshots don't go on my commission list. I use headshots and sketch cards and stuff as warm-ups in the morning, before I move into the full body, half bodies, cover jobs, etc. So, and I understand the mentality of why artists don't want to cap commission lists. I totally get the psychology of it, and the reality of it. I open my commission list twice a year, January the 1st and July the 1st. And I do a 40 spot commission list. And once it's full, it's full. Now, those 40 spots are for, like, half bodies and colors, full bodies with full backgrounds, colors, sketch covers, 11 by 17, all the big dog shit. You know what I mean? And I know by capping it, I'm going to miss out on money. There's no doubt about it, because art is a spontaneous buy. Sometimes people's got money for it at that moment, and then they don't. So, most people that come to me, and or any artist, if you cap your list and they go, hey, I want a commission, man. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. My list is capped, but if you come see me on January the 1st, I got you. And if it's 4 months until January the 1st, most people are not going to wait that long. They're going to go find another artist because they want the artwork right then. And I totally get that. So I understand the reality and the psychology of it with other artists who don't cap their commission list, and they just take orders and take orders and take orders till the end of time, because they know if they say they can't, that person's probably going to go spend that money somewhere else. And what ends up happening is you end up with a commission list that's 5 years deep. And that sucks for the fans, because in my now, don't get me wrong, now a lot of those artists that do that are You know, their names are way up here. They've been around 25, 30 years. They should be able to crank out a full damn body piece for a commission within 2 hours. I mean, I know they can because I've seen the videos on YouTube where they've been sitting at a con and somebody rolls up and says, "Hey, man, I love your art. I want Black Panther full body," you know, and then now don't get me wrong, it's not, you know, it's not a cover quality piece, but it's a full body with background with Copic markers thrown in for gray tones, etc., and they look great. And you just did it in 30 minutes. So I'm just saying, you know, there's even though they don't cap their list, a lot of them, they should not be, you know, they should not be in a situation where they have fans that are 5 years waiting. I just don't buy that because, you know, you know, these are guys that have 20, 25 years experience, you know, 15, 20, 25 years experience. They should be churning out pieces stupidly fast. And like I said, there's proof out there that they're capable of it because we've seen the YouTube videos where someone's standing over them while they're drawing it and they're 30, 45 minutes in and done. You know, so, I mean, you know, there's, and then the ghosting is beyond unexcusable. I don't give a lot of you artists floating around, especially you new artists, y'all need to tighten your panties up. All right. You need to pull your damn belt tighter and you need to stop this Crimea River shit every other day of how someone hurt your feelings or something happened and you're dealing with this life drama and this life drama. And I get it. I get it sucks, but you got a job to do. You know, dude, I deal with all kinds of bullshit from issues with vehicles, you know, that I've got to get fixed or figured out to drama from behind the scenes shit with petty people to my own insecurities about not thinking my art's good enough and imposter syndrome and all that other shit. Then dealing with your own anxieties, your own depression, you know, because this is a lonely career path, whether people want to admit to it or not. You know, we all have our problems. We all have our issues, but, you know, you can't sit around and let that own you 24/7. You know, I mean, I don't know how many, like in this week alone, we're 3 days into this week. And I've already seen 4 or 5 different posts from artists with these emotional Crimea River shit and woe is me. And I'm like, how the hell do you even have time? If you got time to worry about it, then you're not working hard enough. I'm sorry that you're not going to like me saying that, but you know, I mean, for me personally, that's how I deal with a lot of shit I have to do. And that could be why maybe I bury myself in work. I know it's part of it, but that may be why I bury myself in so much of it. So I don't have time to worry about this asshole and that asshole not liking my work or not liking my personality or any of this other shit that people want to hang on to. You know, I mean, for the most part, I don't give a shit what people think of me. I want people to respect what I do, but you don't got to like me. You don't have to be my friend. You don't have to be my acquaintance. You don't have to be my business associate. I'm fine with that. I'll go through life just fine. You know, but I'm not gonna let the fact that if you don't like me for whatever reason affect my job, affect the promises that I've made to fans or made to retailers. Because I got a newsflash for you, whether you're day one or day, you know, 20 year in, there's going to be people that are not going to like you. You're going to rub people the wrong way for whatever reason. And most of the time, it ain't got shit to do with anything you did. They just don't like you because they can't outshine you. They don't like you because you're willing to sacrifice shit around you to get the grind on, where they want to play Call of Duty and they want to sit around and smoke their weed and they want to watch this football game and this basketball playoff and all this other shit. And they're pissed off because you're getting more shine than they are because you're willing to put in the work. But remember, it's not their fault. It's yours. You know, it's your fault they're failing, you know. So they're not going to like you. They're going to talk shit about you behind your back, and you just have to ignore it for the most part, you know, or do like me. And when you see them at a Comic-Con, you give them all the opportunity in the world to flex that keyboard. It's amazing how they don't want to do that in person. It's really strange. I thought all that energy they had behind the keyboard Surely they wanted to share some of that in person, but apparently not. But anyway, so it's going to happen. You're going to, especially putting yourself out there on the internet, sharing your thoughts, whether it's live videos like this, or whether it's sharing your art, or you as a retailer sharing your accomplishments you're proud of, you're going to catch flack. You're going to catch shit talkers. I mean, that's just like case in point. Sean, are you still in here? Sean, you here? Sean runs Comics Elite, for those that don't know. He has worked his ass off and built a badass retailer comic shop. And he worked his ass off for it. He sacrificed time with family. He sacrificed time with his wife. He sacrificed time with friends to build what he's built. And now he's enjoying it. And I don't even remember who it was. Somebody chimed in on a post one day where I think he was sitting at his pool or something, just being proud of what he's fucking earned. And somebody wanted to chime in with some negative ass shit about it. First off, you are where you are in life because of you. Nobody else. Nobody owes you shit. Nobody owes you fair chances. Nobody owes you any damn thing. And you're where you're at because you choose to be there. If you want covers, grind. If you want invites to Comic-Cons, grind. If you want people to pay attention to your art and buy your shit, grind. That's what it's about. If you want your comic shop to be successful, grind. This is not a part-time job or an 8-hour-a-day job, 4 days or 5 days a damn week, and then you sit and reap the rewards of that 9 to 5 shit. That's not how this works. And you have to sacrifice years. I have busted my ass for 5 damn years straight doing this, sacrificing relationships, sacrificing time with my daughters, sacrificing time with my friends, sacrificing tons of shit to do this and to get recognized, because I don't have 30 years to put into this business. I want to get my name out there and my legacy, so to speak, out there as soon as I can. And the only way you can do that is grind. It's going to catch you shit. It's going to catch petty bullshit from others, like I said, that don't want to do that. They want to play their Call of Duties and all this other shit. And, and it's bullshit. But you're going to catch the flack of it. You're going to get your name talked about behind the doors that people want to run their mouth and, something like that. Yeah, it must be nice while I'm living. You know what? I live in I sold my home in Memphis to move here to be closer to my daughters. And I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a nice apartment, 18-hole golf course, swimming pool, sauna, hot tub, tennis court, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, pool, so on, gym, so on. There's nothing wrong with living in an apartment. I don't know where he thought that was a negative, but it doesn't matter if you think that you need to be somewhere else, then you need to get off your ass and work for it, because nobody holds anybody back anymore. This whole damn bullshit about, I can't get nowhere because I'm, this sex or this color or this heritage or whatever the hell excuse you want to make is a straight up bullshit ass lie. Sorry, it is. Nobody's handed me shit. I have busted my ass for everything I've done, and everything I've gotten, I've earned. And it was tons of sacrifice to get here. So if you got time, I'm going to put it blunt like this. If you got time to constantly post on Facebook your woe is me bullshit as an artist or creator or whatever you do, then you're not working hard enough. Because I barely have enough time to get on Facebook. Usually when I get on Facebook, it's to update posts, announce cover drops or Comic-Con appearances or sale events. And I go on, I post my information, I share it, I'm gone. I miss a lot of your guys' stuff because of that. I do. I try to share when I can. I try to comment when I can. I try to say hi on your live videos when I can, if I catch you at that moment that I'm remembering to post something. But I'm not surfing the news feed. That's just like people that get bitchy and pissy about the everyone tag. If your ass is on Facebook enough that the everyone tag upsets you, you're not grinding hard enough. That's just the bottom damn line. Or well, that's still not me surfing Facebook. That's just me live on a video. That's me just trying to get some social time. Because again, like I said, this is a very lonely job. You're by yourself, 98% of the time, if not 100, for days on end. I mean, you are. So when I go live to talk to you guys, when I go to the post office, that's just me just trying to get some interaction with somebody. When I do this right here every so often, it's just to get that little bit of human connection. That's one of the reasons I do so many Comic-Cons is because of that human connection, seeing you guys and things like that. Because the rest of the time, I'm sitting at that desk right there, or I'm sitting in the living room drawing, or I'm uptown, with headphones on working. So it's but if you got time to be pissed off about any shit going on Facebook, then that's why your ass isn't getting recognized, because you're spending more time on Facebook than you are working. I'm sorry, I'm sure that's going to piss somebody off, but if you want to have, and again, I'm nobody in the big scheme of things. But I've worked my ass off, and I've got a great following, and my books sell, and they buy my Kickstarters and retail exclusives, etc. So I've been blessed in that sense, but I've earned it. I try to interact with fans when I can. I try to do giveaways when I can. And I try to drop as many covers as I can to get noticed, because you're competing against thousands and thousands of other artists. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're pretty. I mean, I'm sorry, ladies, get pissed at me if you want to. Pretty gets you noticed. Unless you're super pretty with a nice set of cleavage hanging out, you're going to have to grind your ass off to get noticed. I mean, it just is what it is. Now, I'm not saying that anybody didn't work for what they had, but this is a mostly guy industry, so guys are going to be guys. In a lot of cases. I mean, if you don't believe me, go look at the posts. Somebody can post some damn woe is me shit, and there's 100 damn dudes on there trying to, comfort the situation. But you as a guy go post something and see you might have 2 or 3. Yeah, exactly, man. You got to work with your shirt off, man. It's I had to gain weight. Like I had to gain the weight so I could cut down on the stalkers, man. It's terrible, But so that's the way you got to start looking at it. If you got time to sit back and be concerned about you didn't get this many likes or this many comments on something you posted, you're not grinding enough. If you got time to sit back and be pissed off about the everyone tag or shit like that, then you're on Facebook too damn much. Because I get hundreds of notifications a day. When I look at my Facebook thing, it's hundreds of notifications, from group comments to people commenting to shares and things like that, to the everyone tag. It's not that big a deal. I clear this shit and I roll on. Like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me at all. And I'm getting hundreds a day with the amount of groups that I'm a member of, and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. But if it's pissing you off, then you're on Facebook too much. If you're too upset because somebody said they saw your art and didn't like it, you're on Facebook too much. You gotta spend more time grinding, especially if you want us to hire you. Even though I'm a nobody in the grand scheme of things, I have an IP. I have a popular IP. That does extremely well on Kickstarters, considering we're doing it off $6 and $8 books. It does damn well compared to that. If we price the Kickstarter according to what everyone else prices their Kickstarters for, and I'm not talking about the big name people, just the normal shit, Psycho Sal would be $15,000, $20,000 Kickstarters every single time. If we were doing what they were doing. Now, don't get me wrong, we're about to start doing what they're doing because, right now I make profit. I break even and make some profit, but I need to get into the making profit. And, I did my part. First 4 books, I did them super, super, super affordable for every damn body. And so now I'm going to start applying again, not jumping prices, just matching what other Kickstarters are doing that are in my lane of popularity, so to speak. But if you're wanting us to hire you, sorry, I didn't mean to get derailed there, but like I'm just trying to say, I'm not a big name, but I mean, if you want us to hire you to do a cover for us, or you want, Comics Elite or Pastime Comics or any of these other comic shops to do a retailer exclusive with you, you got to show them why should they? Because if you send me, because I get tons of PMs every fucking day with artists asking to do a cover for an upcoming issue of Psycho Sal, and I appreciate that. I'm very grateful for that. But when I go to your page and I look at your damn Facebook page and I see this political statement, this religious statement, this Crimea River damn post, this ball game post, this sporting event post, if I look at your page and I look 6 months of your fucking post and 6 months of it's that trash, I'm not hiring you. And retailers aren't going to hire you either. I don't give a shit how pretty your art might look. I'm not going to hire you because you don't have the grind, which means I've got to, even though I give you 2 months to do a cover, I got to listen to you bitching the week till the cover's due. Well, this came up, and then my mama said this, and then my girlfriend did this, and then, oh, I've been so busy. I just haven't gotten time. Can I get an extension? Or, oh, shit, I'm sorry. Oh, my dog's cousin's nephew's brother's uncle got arrested, and it traumatized me, and I needed like a week to compose myself. Shut the fuck up. No, excuse my language. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to be, better about my language. But no, I don't give a shit about your personal shit, because I got personal shit. I have to deal with shit. I have to stop work to go do this and go do that, if I need to, that deals with my daughters, or I need to go pick my grandson up from daycare because he got sick or something like that, or I got to go fix a car, whatever the case may be. Those are my responsibilities. They're my daughters. So when that stuff comes up, I don't have a problem doing it. I just got to stop what I'm doing, and I got to go take care of that. Sometimes it's an hour fix. Sometimes I might be there 6 hours working on something, but I'm not going to come to you guys and go, hey, man, this came up and this came up. Well, first off, I gave you 2 months to do a fucking cover. It's not my fault you waited till the week it was due to decide you wanted to do the cover, and then something comes up. So that's why you should always be ahead of schedule on shit. You don't take a job for a retailer exclusive or indie creator cover, and then if they give you 2 months or they give you a month to do the fucking cover, you wait till the week that it's due to try to knock it out, because that's when shit's going to happen. And I'm not here for your sob ass stories. I'm sorry, because I got my own shit going on, and I do what I have to do to meet those deadlines, way before the deadlines. So whether it's, again, working Sundays, working Saturdays, working, a bunch of hours, whatever the hell I got to do. So if I can do it, you can do it. So I don't want to hear your sob ass Crimea River story. I don't, and neither does anyone else. We all got shit going on. Oh, that's all. Yeah, it's Comics Elite. See, that's why like a lot of people ask me sometimes, why the hell do you keep promoting these people that's already fucking made it? Why, you don't ever mention my channel or my show. Well, first off, I haven't mentioned your shit because you ain't mentioned my shit, and I'm done with that shit. I used to promote people heavily, regardless of what I knew about them, whether they promote. I'm done with that. If you ain't sharing my shit, I'm not sharing yours. Yeah, and I'm not asking anybody to share every damn thing all the time. I'm only asking people to share the important, super important shit. A cover drop and a Kickstarter. That's it. You ain't got to share nothing else I do, and I will share your live shows. I will talk about you on my videos to get people interested. I've sent a lot of people to Comics Elite that didn't know who they were that were on my friends list. Now, Comics Elite, that doesn't matter because they're established, but still, I sent people to them. I've sent people to other artists that because I've shared their content or I've talked about them. I've got people that didn't know who Pastime was that goes and watches their show now, that didn't know, even as crazy popular as Dawn Mateague is, there was people on my friends list that didn't know who she was that now watch her shows every time she's live. And again, that I'm not saying that makes me anybody. I don't mean that. I'm just saying that that's why it's so important to share people's stuff that take care of you. Comics Elite is always promoting other people. You know what I'm saying? Sean is always promoting other people. Pastime Comics is always promoting other people. Charter Comics is promoting other people. Gabe's Capes Comics and Collectible promote other people. Top of the World Art and Collectibles promote other people. If you're not mentioning me, if you're not sharing out at least my Kickstarter every couple months or the cover drops that I do, I'm not sharing your shit. I'm not. I'm sorry. I know that sounds selfish, but I'm done. You have no idea how many people I used to promote that never lifted a finger. I mean, sadly, there's some retailers I've done retailer covers for that has not shared Psycho Sal a single damn time. And guess what? I don't do retailer exclusives for them no more. And that's one of the reasons, like I've had people, I've had artists bitch at me because I give away shit. Which I don't get that, but that's why I do that, because I love the way my fans are. My fans are very loyal. They buy the stuff I do, whether it's books that they don't give shit about. Now don't get me wrong, I got some fans that just buy certain things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But most of my fans buy pretty much most of the stuff I do. Shit, we were almost selling when I was doing some of those image retailer exclusives for Image Comics, 500 print run books. And within the first day that it was up for pre-sale, some of those books we sold over 250 in the first day or two of a 500 print run. I mean, that doesn't happen a lot. And again, I don't mean that as I'm somebody. I just mean that as my fans tend to show up and show love, regardless of what the book is. Pretty much every one of the Do You Poos and Hardly Thins I've done have sold out, or at least 90% sold. Now, there's been a couple here or there that were slow moving on the Hardly Thin side, but it's usually pertains to it dropping in the middle of con season. And that does affect what people are buying because they're saving money for Comic-Cons. And that's why it's so important. You got to promote one another. And if somebody's promoting your damn shit, you got to promote them too, even if it's just occasionally. And I'll tell you guys right now, I miss promoting some things because, again, I don't surf Facebook for those two main reasons of I don't want to see the bullshit drama because I want to open my mouth because there's no filter. And I'm trying not to do that because what people post on their page, I'm a big believer in. That's their page. They can say whatever the hell they want to within reason. I'm not going to go to your page and tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to go to your page and tell you you don't need to be posting this. I'm not going to go to your page and if you're a creator or a seller, I'm not going to go there and tell you you're charging too much or not enough. I don't fuck with nobody. But yet I keep getting the psychos. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I mean, and that's just the thing. You can't back everybody's Kickstarter all the time, but you can share it. That's the thing. Sharing doesn't cost shit. And even then, you may not can share everything. But let's just be honest here. If you're a fan of an artist or you're a fan of a retailer or a comic shop, you need to be checking their shit, once a week or once every 2 weeks, especially people like myself and a few of the others who do giveaways. I mean, I just had somebody wanted to cop an attitude and act like an asshole to me the other day because he missed the deadline for the giveaway that I did, that I gave away $100 sketch. He bitched at me in PMs, someone who's only bought one thing in 6 months because I looked after he acted like an asshole. And he wanted to bitch at me because I wouldn't let him jump in the giveaway that had already been closed for 3 days. And I was just out of town and hadn't gotten home to do the giveaway. And he saw where I posted, hey guys, I'm going live at 7 o'clock that night to do the giveaway. And he wanted to bitch and show out in my PMs. First off, if you got an artist or a retailer that is doing giveaways, you don't say shit other than thank you. I'm sorry. It's not my fault he missed the deadline. That post was up for 10 days. 2 weeks, business days. It was up for 10 solid days. It was shared on my personal page, both Facebook groups, art pages, art groups, and I talked about it on live videos, and I've mentioned it on posts. So that's not my fault he missed it. It is not my fault. And I'm not going to take an ass chewing for somebody because they dropped the ball and didn't do what they should have done as a fan, and that's check. You know, if you're going to be a fan, you got to check. I mean, I bet you he checks his football game shit or basketball or whatever the hell he might do. So, and if he missed that game, he ain't calling up the Mavericks crying, you know, whatever the case. But I'm just saying, you know, if you want to be in it, you got to pay attention, especially when you see people that do giveaways on a regular. And I do a shitload of giveaways and raffles and stuff like that. That's extremely affordable where you win some really cool ass prizes. It's not my fault if you miss it. But, you know, like I said, you can't share everything. You can't back everything. But when there's a Kickstarter running for 30 days, everyone, for the most part, I don't know how you don't see that at some point. You know what I'm saying? It may be 3 weeks in, you know, before you spot it on Facebook. But when you got somebody that's sharing it to 3 damn locations, the only way you're missing that shit is you have notifications turned off for the groups, or you have me on silent or whatever it's called, where you're friends with them, but you're not seeing what they're doing, which is weird to me. If you don't want to see the shit I'm doing or anyone else is doing, just unfriend me and bounce. You know, because I'm not here to collect, you know, numbers on a counter. I mean, that's why I deleted, what was it, 1,600 people earlier this year off my Facebook page that I never saw ever on anything. So, you know, I don't give a shit about that friends counter. I mean, I know a lot of you guys like, oh, I need the max. I got to have that 5,000 or 4,000. Oh, it makes me feel important. I'm sure some of those guys have that mentality. I don't give a shit. I only want people around me, whether it's business-wise or friendship-wise. I only want people around me that want to be around me. If you don't like me, I'm okay with that. You can unfriend me and roll on, and I will never say shit to you about it. It's not a problem. Even if you've been on my friends list for a while and you just all of a sudden decide you don't like me, just unfriend me and bounce. I promise you it's not going to affect me at all, and you won't hear me jumping in your PM saying, oh, man, what's wrong? Why didn't you? I thought you were my buddy. No, it's not going to happen. I'm cool. Bounce. I mean, it's okay. But yeah, everyone can share. But that's why I promote the people I promote. You know, it's not about, you know, it's not about favors, or because nobody's doing anybody any favors. It's not about that. It's just wanting everyone to succeed and everyone to get a piece of a pie, because the piece of pie, you know, the pie is massive now with social media and all that stuff. It doesn't have to be hateful and cutthroat, you know, like it was pre-social media and pre-Facebook and Instagram, etc. Man, there's so much room for everybody. You can set and share other artists, share other creators, share other stores and retailers, and they'll never steal money from you because there's too much. I mean, well, I guarantee you my attitude, my attitude is what pushes them. Look, I'm not delusional. I know that if I came into this game kissing ass and smooching up to everybody, pretending to be this you know, super sweet, happy guy all the damn time, I know damn well I'd probably be on a Marvel cover or a DC cover by now, because I see it. I see the people that I know behind closed doors are fake as fuck. Excuse my language. I know they're fake. I know they're shitty to other people. But to you guys, they look like the sweetest things walking the planet. Oh, I mean, he's so sweet. Oh, he's so humble. Oh, he's so pleasant. And behind closed doors, they're shit talking other damn people into the dirt. Because I've seen the message. I've seen the PMs, the text messages, shit like that. I got birdies everywhere. And so, I mean, I've seen how they are behind closed doors. I know how fake they are. And you guys are fans of some of them. And I've seen you talk to the post. Like, I see the action they get on a post they make, where they'll have 50, 60 people chiming in on their post because they've put on this illusion that they're this super sweet. Oh, thank you. I appreciate everything you say. Oh, you do me such an honor, and all, and they don't give a fuck, you know. But they're playing the game, and you know, whether I want to accept it or not, this is a like me game. You know, the more pleasant you seem, the more friendly you seem, the more, you know, ass kissy you're willing to be, the farther you will get, and faster in some cases. I've seen people that landed, you know, has a cover with, you know, this company or that company that have not earned it, but they smooched up to the right person at the right time. It happens, you know. So I'm not delusional. Like, I know that I probably haven't landed those type of covers because the shit that's probably been said about me behind closed doors by petty ass people, you know, because they've got some of those ears, you know what I mean? You know, they faked the buddy shit into those programs, where those people, you know, think they give a shit about one another. And so, I mean, I know that I know the people with my personality, because I'm definitely a hard personality, but I will break my back for you, you know, with somebody I know that's got my back. I mean, you know, like, I can tell you right now, like, I've went to bat for Sean before, where I told some people that made some shitty comments, that, like, I don't know what your experience is, but I can tell you right now, the shit you're talking is bullshit. Show me the proof. And then all of a sudden they ain't got proof, but I'll call people out. I mean, I told one dude at a con one time that was trying to talk shit about one of these guys that I constantly promote that I know is a good guy. And he was trying to talk shit. And I told him straight up, I was like, you got two choices, man. You can get the fuck out of my face, or I'm about to bust you in the jaw. I'm just not going to listen to it, because I know the ones that run around and fake shit. I know the ones that run their mouth. And I know the ones that from my personal experience, go above and beyond for everybody. I mean, I've been out of shape before when people were saying somebody needs to do more of this and more of that. And I'm like, that dude can't do no more than what he's doing. I mean, because he's always going above and beyond for every damn body, and a lot of times with zero thanks. In some cases, zero pay, because he'll just do shit, to be doing it to help somebody, and then it bites him in the ass. And and then somebody wants to talk shit about it. So you have to understand that the industry is going to be tough, but it's worth it. The fans are worth it, in my opinion. The relationships you do build with the genuine people are worth it. So I'm not saying this to try to discourage anybody from doing this. I love what I do when it has to do with that side of it. I mean, are there days where I scratch my head and I go, shit, what the hell am I doing? I'm working all these hours for almost no recognition, for very small recognition in the big grand scheme of things. I'm dealing with petty drama and bullshit and tons of work hours and shit like that. I'm like, I could go back to my insurance job tomorrow like I never missed a beat and make six figures working 4 days a week, but the fans are what makes this worth it. The relationships that I've generated with the genuine people make this worth it. Is it going to be worth it in the long run? I hope so. Will I start getting recognition that I should? And I don't mean that in an ego way. So please don't take it as I'm trying to say, like, don't you know who I am? I don't mean it that way. But how many people do you know that's been in this industry 5 years that's done 70 plus published covers? From retailer exclusives for Image and Dynamite and tons of indie projects. How many people who have done those same types of covers have almost sold out, if not sold out of the books when they were printed? You know, and a lot of that's because of the relationships I've generated with fans and stuff like that. So I know my personality is a hard one. I have no delusions about that. I'm difficult. Um, I'm very opinionated, and there's no filter between my brain and my mouth. And being OOD, I don't deal with authoritative figures very well. Someone trying to bark at me and shit like that, or um, and I want things done a certain way around me. So I know I'm hard to deal with. And but at the end of the day, I the in my opinion, even though there's a negative side to it, to where I'm sure there's people that think a certain way about me until they get to know me, and that's okay. I get it. And there's some people that may not want to work with me because of shit some people's probably said behind my back because they're petty. I get that, but and I can't do the put on this show of kissing ass and stuff, and so there's going to be people that I can't connect with because they want someone to kiss their ass. I get that. But on the flip side of that, I do believe that because of my personality, I know my fans are my fans because they want to be my fans and not because they think I'm going to do something for them. And the retailers and the indie people I work with that want me to do covers for them or come to the Comic Cons and things like that, or their stores for signing events, I know they're with me on that personal level because they want to be there and not because they're looking for a favor or they're looking for me to kiss their ass or a handout. You get what I'm saying? So while there's a negative side to having that type of personality, I think there's a positive side to it in the sense I know the people that are around me, as far as I know, I can trust and I can depend on them. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people take advantage of you. You got to be real careful with that. I mean, I've got 4 Kickstarters that owe me, that owe me money or owe me comps, because comps is money to me. You know what I'm saying? So when I do a cover for an indie project, I used to give people discounts, saying, okay, here's what I'll do. Here's my full price, and I get 5 comp copies of my cover when it's printed. And I pay my colorist out of my money. Or I'll do it for this price, which is almost half of what I normally charge, and you send me like 15 or 20 comp copies. Because I'll take those comps to a show and I'll sell them for $15, $20 a pop. So I'll make my money back, from that discount I gave them. Well, I've got 4 Kickstarters that haven't seen the light of day yet that got the discount and still haven't, because the book hasn't been to Kickstarter, so they can't send me the comps. But they also haven't done the stand-up thing and go, hey, Will, I don't know when this damn book is going to go to Kickstarter. So I tell you what, man, you gave us a $200 discount to get those extra books. I'm just going to send you $200. Or I gave you a $300 discount to get this amount of books. I'm going to send you the $300. 4 Kickstarters, and not a single one has ever said that shit to me. And they never will. Now, have I name dropped them? Nope. Have I, tried to shame them or anything like that? Have I sent them a PM showing my ass? Nope. Because it is what it is. Me showing my ass isn't going to fix the problem. Me plastering them on Facebook, let's be honest, isn't going to fix the problem, because we've done that in the past where we've posted shit about Black Flag, or we posted shit about George Vermack and whatever his damn alias name was when that shit was found out, and people still shop with them. So dropping names doesn't do shit. Let's just be honest. It doesn't. You guys have heard me joke about it. This thing is like a bad relationship. Sometimes it doesn't matter how good you treat people, they ignore you, and the more you shit on them, the more attention you can get. I mean, like I said, there's people still buying shit from Black Flag, even though they screwed people. And the only reason I'm name dropping now is because that's something that's been name dropped in the past. People, I guarantee you, when George Vermack, he's probably back now, because they don't stay gone long. He got outed, $30,000 owing people 2 years ago as George Vermack. He vanished, owing people money. Then he came back under some alias. I can't even remember what the alias was. What's up, Frederick? And people who knew who he was, who knew what he had done to people, let him back into the industry. Well, we thought he had changed. Crooks don't change. Especially on Facebook where there's no repercussions. You can sit and shit on people, take thousands of dollars of their money and not deliver product, and they'll come back and buy more. I have no idea why. It makes zero sense to me, man. But it happens. There's artists out there that will ghost fans, shit on them, take their money and never deliver art, and fans will run right back to them the minute the commission list opens, knowing that they just got screwed by said person. But they'll run right back. Well, that guy, who is that? The guy that got, that we found out later that apparently he was on the registry. That was, what was that? Robert Lawson with BNS Comics. We didn't find that out until we were already almost a year in, dealing with them. Now, once we found out everything, we announced it to the public. We separated ties with them. We told everybody what we found out. And, now that's a little bit different story. If you don't know nothing about nobody, and you got taken advantage, like the people that, when George Vermack came back under that alias, the fans didn't know who he was. Now, some of the other sellers that let him back in knew who he was, and they didn't say shit. Yeah, trust me, I know. And I lost a lot of money on that shit too, because all those books like the Image Comics stuff and Dynamite that we did with them, when we found out that they had resold the books that they were supposed to ship to the fans, once we found that out that had happened, that they no longer had the books, they resold them on eBay after they got them back from CGC, etc. And a lot of fans got screwed out of their books. I had to come dig through my artist comps. Those, again, the discount I gave for doing the cover to get more comps. And I only had about 50 copies of each book. Stray Dogs, Vampirella 18, Red Sonja, and etc. So when we found out all these people never got their books, I made a post for people to send me PMs with a, receipt from PayPal where they paid them for the book. And I had to go through my artist comps and, ship every one of those out on my dime. I didn't make a single fan pay for shipping. I sent that out on so not only did I lose the $15 or $20 a book that I could have got for those books selling them at cons, I also lost about $7 per book on shipping just to try to make shit right. But that's what you do to try to make shit right. I lost a shitload of money on that ordeal. I have no idea who Mark Burnett is. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I mean, but when you don't know, there's nothing you can do about it. If you get caught in the crossfire of a shitty person and you just didn't know, that sucks. And that's not on you. But when you know and you run your little ass back to that person, that's on you, and I don't know what to think about that shit. I'm sorry. I mean, I can tell you right now, if I buy something from somebody and if they ship it to me poorly, I won't ever buy nothing else from them. If I back your Kickstarter and you ship me my shit in a manila envelope after you charge me $10 shipping and you send it media mail in a manila envelope with no protection other than the bag and board, I will not buy your Kickstarter shit again. Oh, okay, gotcha. Hang on one second. I got a message here. Let me see. Oh my God. Sorry about that. I need to answer that. So yeah, I mean, it's I don't get that. Like I'm all about ride or die loyalty, but it's got to make sense. It has to be, for people that's got your back. I don't give a shit how pretty an artist is. I don't give a shit how well endowed her chest is. I don't give a shit how popular that some male artist is. If that asshole ghosts you, stop buying from them. If they take your money and don't ship you your shit, stop buying from them. Stop giving your loyalty to somebody just because they're pretty, or giving your loyalty to somebody just because they got a somewhat famous name behind their ass. Stop doing it. I mean, there's too many great artists out there that break their necks, for you fans, and do, get shit out in a timely manner, giving you great prices, answering your PMs as soon as you send them, like I just did on that person, even though I'm in the middle of something. Give your money to the people that know your name, that appreciate you as a fan. Give your money to them. Stop this shit. I saw somebody bitching the other day. They made a post talking about some artist took their damn money and ghosted them. And I was like, I commented on that one. I was like, didn't you just make a post about this guy a year ago or a couple years ago? I said, didn't you just make a post about this guy like 2 years ago that ghosted you after you bought a commission? Yeah, but he made a post where he was having some kind of life problem and he wanted to do this emergency sale, and I thought maybe he had changed and I could help him out. Stop doing that shit. That stupid is stupid. All right, I'm sorry. First off, if an artist needs money, they can set their ass down for 4 or 5 hours, draw a bunch of head sketches, throw that shit on Facebook and sell it. They don't need to do an emergency commission list where they'll draw it later and send it to you. That's bullshit. I mean, it's just bullshit. I'm sorry. That you're about to get your ass burned. I'm telling you right now, you're about to get your ass burned. If they want, like I said, they can sit down, spend 4 or 5 hours, draw 10 damn headshots in that time frame, slap that shit on their Facebook page for emergency pricing. $40 for a headshot that's normally $80 or some shit like that. Do a huge emergency sale price, and they'll be gone. He can sell them that day and have $400. You get what I'm saying? So you got to, at some point, you have to stop being ride or die. Spend your money with people that appreciate you. Stop buying into Kickstarters that charge you $10 shipping and ship your shit in bags and board in a manila envelope with no protection. Stop doing this shit. Stop buying from artists that you send a message to and 2 weeks go by and they still haven't replied to your damn message when they owe you art, while they're continuously posting shit on Facebook. Stop doing it. Stop buying from retailers who take 3 weeks to ship you your damn books, and it's one damn cry me a river excuse after another. Well, my wife forgot to take the stuff to the post office and she didn't tell me she didn't do it. It's not your damn wife's fault. It's your fault. You should have done it your damn self. Because, you can have mail picked up at your damn house. You know what I'm saying? So, there's no excuse to take 3 weeks to send somebody their shit. There's no excuse, in my opinion, as an artist to take 4 years to finish someone's commission. We allow too much shit to people to get away with, and it needs to stop. Stop giving your money to shitty retailers. Stop giving your money to shitty creators. Stop giving your money to shitty artists. Give it to the people that really do appreciate you and love you for being fans. The asshole that can't take 2 seconds to say hi at you at a con, don't shop at their table any damn more. The asshole that's charging you $100 a minute to draw you something, walk the fuck away. I'm just saying that's not someone who appreciates their fans. I don't give a shit how popular you are. You know, like I said, it's just my opinion. It's just what I think. But definitely for your own peace of mind and your own value of your money, stop giving your ride or die loyalty to people that couldn't give a shit about you. And I mean, if you want a good, I'll give you a good measure. I'll give you a good measure. If you got an artist that you message that's doing, whether you're a retailer or whether you're an indie creator or whether you're a fan commission, if you commission an artist, I mean, if you PM an artist and a week goes by and they haven't answered you, unfriend their ass and roll on. Because I can tell you right now, they don't give a fuck about you. Because as busy as I am, I answer every damn PM I get usually within minutes. And I'm not patting myself on the back. There's other artists that do that too. Other creators, other retailers, they answer you as soon as they can. If they answer you within a day, you're golden. If they take a week and they still haven't read your shit or answered you, they don't give a fuck about you. I'm sorry. Because as busy as I am, if I can answer my shit on a timely manner, if I can, reply to comments on posts and stuff that are asking questions in a timely manner, or say thank you when you say something, or hit the thumbs up at least when you comment on something to let you know I saw that and I appreciate that. If they can't do that shit, if you make a post, if you say happy birthday on their damn page and their ass can't say thank you, fuck them. Put your money where the fans, to the creators that give a shit. And again, I apologize for the language, but y'all got to stop ride or dying with people that do not have any thought towards you whatsoever. Stop doing it. There's no excuse not to answer a PM within a couple days at the most, because you could be traveling. It could be someone where they're on a plane and they're traveling. It could, there's a difference. But if you have to comment, if you have to send a message and then a week goes by and nothing, especially if they read it. Oh, fuck no. If somebody reads your damn PM, if they got time to read it, they got time to answer it, even if it's as simple as, hey, I'll get back to you here real soon. I'm tied up at the moment. Or, I'll be right back. Something. But regardless, even if they didn't do that, if they come back and answer you within a day, that's okay. They're busy. If they're traveling at a show for 2 days, now to be fair, maybe they don't check their phone during a show, so maybe they missed your message, or it could be one of those things where they could open the messenger, see your message, so they saw it but they didn't answer. They could have been in the middle of talking to somebody at a con and they just happened to pick up their phone, or they could be getting on a plane and they don't have time to answer. That's okay too. Even though I do have that belief, if you got time to read it, you got time to answer it, even if it's just to say, be right back, 2 seconds of your life. I think it's worth it. But that's not the end of the world if they don't. It's just, if they don't ever say shit and days go by, weeks go by, walk away. Because they don't give a shit. I'm sure somebody's going to get pissed off that I said that. Well, you know what? Get better about answering your fucking PMs. Don't get mad at me. If you're ghosting people, because I mean, I've had fans that are on my page that are fans with other artists also, get ghosted by them. Send me PMs asking me, hey, do you know where so-and-so is? Do you know how to get in? Could you get in touch with them? They won't answer my PMs. I've had that happen, and I'm not doing it because that ain't got shit to do with me. I'm not going to go chase down somebody that owes you books or owes you money unless I specifically have dealt with them. Now I'll chase down a retailer in a damn heartbeat if I know a retailer owes somebody books that I did the cover for. I'll speak my mind real damn quick about, you need to get off your ass and ship these books, if it's beyond reason. But because that's my rep too on the line, not just theirs. That's why I gave away all those damn artist comps that I had on hand to try to make things right for what those assholes did, even though that's got nothing to do with me personally. It's got, I just did the cover work. I didn't do the collecting of the money. I didn't do the shipping of the books. I didn't handle any of that. My name's not on none of that other than I drew the cover. Still, though, in my opinion, it was my responsibility to try to make it as right as I could, even though it had shit to do with me on that level. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with be right back or hold on, or but even if they don't, if they come back in a timely manner, later that day or the next day, I'm fine with that. It's not the end of the world. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't chit chat in Messenger. So to be fair, when I send somebody a message, I need an answer pretty damn quick because it's work related. So like, even if it's a fan, if I send a fan a PM, usually it's because I need that address, and they haven't sent it to me yet. So I need that answered as soon as possible, because usually when I'm asking for an address, I'm sitting in there boxing stuff up that's about to go to the post office within an hour or two. Or if I send a message to a retailer for approval, I need them to approve that damn thing. I got other shit to do. I can't wait 3 days for a retailer to decide he wants to check his PMs and tell me thumbs up on the artwork. I got shit to do. The same thing with, a colorist. Even in that scenario, when I send a colorist a PM asking for an update, I need an update. Or if I send a piece to a colorist, say, hey, I need you to color this, you got time, I need an answer within a timely time frame. I can't wait days. So, luckily I haven't had to deal with that very often at all, but it does happen. And if people do you that way, walk away. Just go find people that will bust their ass for you and make you a priority, whether you're a fan, a retailer, or whatever the case. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Like I said, I just want to chat for a little bit to try to just stop working for a little while. So it's 8 p.m. So I'm going to go in there and watch a little TV, I think. I will be headed to the post office tomorrow. I will have some tracking numbers for some of you guys. Don't forget, this coming weekend, I will be in Memphis, Tennessee for Memphis Comic Expo, I think is the name. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. Tons of great artists and creators in-house this year. Then next weekend, I believe it's next weekend. Yeah, next weekend, Cowtown Comic-Con, baby. The last weekend of the month in the, Fort Worth area. If you're in or near Texas, you really got to get off your ass and come to Cowtown. I'm telling you, that is one of the best shows I do every single year. Chris and McLean and Kim and Marty and all those people that put that show on, they treat every single vendor and artist and creator equal, no matter, how well known you are or not known. They promote every single person that's a part of that show, and they make it affordable for every fan to walk through that door, which gives them more money to spend at our table. So we're very grateful that they do that. Man, Cowtown is a big con. It is not an itty bitty con, so don't get it twisted because they got a $20 fee to get through the door for the weekend or whatever the cost is. Don't get that shit twisted. That is not a small con. They have grown tremendously every single year since day one, and this is their 5th year. And they're big. Like I said, don't let that entry fee confuse you. That is a great con with a great lineup. So make sure you come out and show some love to that. Like I said, that is next weekend. Andre, just send me a PM, brother, because I won't remember by the time I cut this video off. Issue number 2 and 3, I've already got them in hand. Issue number 4 goes to print this week. It was supposed to went to print last week, but we had a delay with a creative issue on one of the pages that had to be corrected and re-edited, etc. Just send me a PM. Let me know which ones you need. Really and truly, I figure I'll probably have issue number 4 in hand in a couple weeks. Send me a PM. You can, to make it so that's already done and over. You send me a PM. You can go ahead and buy. You got 1 and 2. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. You go ahead and buy number 4, and as soon as I get it in, I can ship it to you with number 3. Yeah, just send me a PM. They're $20 a piece, so you're fine on that. That includes signature if you want it signed. But yeah, just send me a PM because I won't remember come tomorrow. So. But yeah, and keep your eye open because Psycho Sound number 5, goes into Kickstarter around the second week of October. So, and we done all the cover guest artist announcements on that. Starting probably Monday, I will be doing the cover reveals for Psycho Sal #5, and they are some badass covers. I cannot wait to show you guys. So yeah, so be ready for that. But like I said, thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you guys go share some artist content, share some creator content. People that you know are good folks, go share some comic shops and retailer info that you know are good people. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to spread the word for good people. Too many people want to talk about the negative shit, and a lot of times all the good stuff gets buried. So go share out some content, man, whether it's your cup of tea or not. But anyway, thank you guys. I love you all. Stay badass, and I will chat with you guys later. Take care.